Hi everyone, so today I'm going to try out a new angle. I don't know how this is going to work, but we will see. So I'm going to be using again my dual forms to do the design you just saw. And these are the ones, excuse me, I just got from eBay. So I want to show you guys what little amount of things you need to do your nails when you're doing them with the dual forms, because obviously you need the dual forms. All I have is one file out. It has a 180, 100 grit sides, and this is actually from Kiss. I just picked up at Walgreens the other day. I have my little mix that I already made for my New Year's mix. So if you need to look at that, I'll have the video link for you. A Dehydrator. This is from ASP. Everything I get here is from Sally's or, you know, wherever. Something Wonderful. Nail, I don't mean just wherever, but I'll let you know. This comes from naillight.com. naillightinc.com, and this is their primer. So I'm going to try it with the ASP because I haven't done that before, and I really like this primer, so hopefully it'll work the same. I have a couple bottles of ASP that I get at Sally's monomer because this one's running out, so hopefully, you know, I'll go into the next one. Also from Sally's. And then I have the Aspire Clear powder and Intense Pink. I've never used this one. I don't even know how pink it actually gets, but there it is, so I'm going to try it out today. It looks a lot pinker as I'm looking at it here, so it might be too pink for my taste, but there it is. And then my sanitizing spray. And I know I just said how little things, I know that's a lot of stuff, but it's really basic. And then, of course, a Cuticle Pusher. I have a couple of Cuticle Pushers. This little thing so I can get some of the acrylic out, but I'm not going to need this time, actually. I'll just put that to the side. And I chose a couple brushes, my Nail Light brush and number 8 Sculpt, which is awesome, or Oval, sorry, and then my Beauty Secrets number 8 Pro Sculpt. So I'm going to try to use both of them to see the difference there. And so the first thing you want to do with your dual forms is measure your nail. And you need these to fit your nails from sidewall to sidewall. Okay, so I'm not, like this one is too small. If you can see, it fits on this side out completely, but this side there's a little gap, so that's not what you want. So you want them to fit completely from sidewall to sidewall. So for me, this number 5 fits perfectly sidewall to sidewall on this nail here on my ring finger. So I'm going to put 2 of those aside for my ring finger and then keep going from there. So since I know that's like a 5 and 6 is a little bit smaller, I'm going to go for the 6 on my ring finger. I'm not going for my pointer, and that's perfect. So I already know. And that's usually how I start. I start with like the middle or try to go for those fingers, and then I kind of know what size to go to next. Let me see, this 3 might be good. See, 3 is too big because it's overlapping my finger. I can feel it touching the skin there. So let me go to a 4. And 4 is just about right. Let me try the 3. Oh, I'm sorry, not the 3. No, it's gonna have to be 4. So what I can do with this one, since it's touching but it's a little bit bigger, is just file down the very edges, okay? So you can do that. You can shape them more if you need that to be. So I'll continue choosing the sizes for all my nails, and then we'll start doing our design. So once I've chosen all my nails, I have them here. What I do, like I said, is I hold them onto my finger. I'm sorry, let me get those out. I hold them. So let's say I put this thumb one on, and I'm just going to hold it there. And what I'm going to do is hold it down with my ring finger, or with my pointer there, and hold it straight, and try to see where my smile line should be, and I draw it in, okay? I just ordered some YS Nails dual forms, and they're much longer, and they have all the numbers on there. So once your smile line is there, like the ones that I'm waiting for, you don't have to actually draw it in, but for these, you do. I guess you don't have to, but just to kind of give you an idea of how long your nail bed needs to be, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all the nails. And I forgot to mention that the first time. And on both thumbnails, I don't go and judge it on the other thumbnail. I just pretty much come in and draw the same smile line. And I compare it to the nail that I have on. Not that I have on, but my natural nail. Okay, that's kind of where I decide where that's going to be. So I'm going to go and mark them all. Okay? So I hope this is nice and clear for you guys, because I'm trying to, like I said, it's a new angle. I want to get a little bit closer, but you know, who knows. So here's a little dapping dish. It comes with a little lid. I got this a long time ago on eBay. Really cute. And I'm going to put some of my monomer. See, that one just died. So let me fill that up with some monomer. And then I haven't prepped my nails yet. As you can see, they're shiny still. It's because I just can do that at the end, and you don't have to look at my ugly nails the whole time. So I'll do that towards the end. So let me get this monomer open and poured out, and then I'm going to get my brush ready. I'll probably use a smaller nail light brush. They're both 8s, but this one has a finer tip because what I want to do is do like a little kind of a swirl design. I'm not going to do a regular straight French tip or nail tip, okay? So hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, then we'll go into doing just a regular straight one. So let me get that going, and I'll have my powder out, also my mix. Sorry, one just to kind of show you what my idea is. So on the back side of it, it looks kind of like this. And then on the, on the top side, what you would normally see, it's going to be looking like this. So when I wear it on my nail, it has all that great glitter and stars and everything else. When I stick it down, I don't want to push it down right now, it's going to have like a little swirl in the nail like that. Okay, so to do this, oops, so I didn't want to put it on there because I don't want to mess up the nail. It takes a little work. You're going to kind of mess with it a little bit. I still need to add a little bit more in this one, probably up in this corner here. These are really fun. I mean, I love these forms. So what I recommend is just, working with it. So this is my left hand. Oops, I have the little swirl kind of coming in. Oops, sorry. I don't know about this camera angle, but anyway, I have it coming in and pointing outwards, right? So it's pointing out, not too much toward the fingers, but the other way. So for this other hand, I'm going to get my thumbnail. I'm going to go into the monomer and pick up a good amount of glitter and place it right in there, maybe a little bit more. Not too wet. I work with the other one a little bit drier, and that's easier because as you're putting it in there, you don't want it to settle into the middle, okay? No quieres que se quede ahí en medio. Lo quieres empujar como hacia afuera. So you want to push it out towards the side walls. And this glitter has some stars in it, some larger stars, and I kind of want to push those down so those are at the bottom. Like right now I can see 3 stars, but you're not going to be able to see them on the back side because they're on this top part. So if you can kind of push them so that they get under the small glitter so that they're on the back side, that's what you want to do. And continue pushing up towards the sidewall. Don't let it just rest in the middle. Because what happens there is if it gets really chunky in the middle, and the rest of it's kind of weak, it's just going to break right off. Because like any sculptured nail, you want your good C curve, okay? Quieres que tenga una curva de C, yo no sé cómo le dice en español, si tiene otra palabra, que sea bien para tener una uña más fuerte, okay? So that your nail ends up stronger. And I'm sorry I haven't been, or I guess I should say in Spanish, disculpe que no está dando las instrucciones en español hasta ahorita. I forgot to do the Spanish instructions. So anyhow, as I hold in my hand, I'm going to turn it so that the tip of the nail is facing down. So tengo la punta de la uña aquí abajo. And I'm still going to shape the C curve, or the smile line, sorry. Y que es la línea de sonrisa. And still pushing out, because right now they still wants to settle towards the middle. I'm pushing it out. Que no dejes que se quede ahí en medio. And on this nail, when I have it on, I want the curve to go out that way. So what I'm going to do is pick up a little bit of monomer and just a little more glitter. So nomás un poco más del monomero y un poco del acrílico. And I'm going to form a little swoop. Okay? So voy a formar el diseño. Okay? And I know it's kind of hard to see, but it ends up looking something like that. And you're going to still play with it until it's perfect, okay? So juega con él hasta que esté perfecto. Ahorita todavía no me gusta. And it might end up being different from the other side, and that's okay. Like, I'm not trying to be perfect as far as one finger to the next. You can even bring some all the way down. I think that'd be kind of cute, like all the way down into the nail bed. So anyway, it's just a little something. So here's this one, and for now I'm just going to let them dry, okay? So voy a dejar secar. Do you see this one's going to go this nail, this one's going to go this nail, okay? So I was still paying attention to where the smile line that I drew is, but then I added a little something more to it. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing all of them in that way, and then when we come back, we'll place them on the nails here. I'm going to try to show you they're kind of lined up, ready to go. And that didn't take really all that long. I mean, especially to make that cute little curve in there, you know, I'm surprised. So what I did was take off all my nail polish, and my nails are pretty much, you know, they say just to take off the shine. I mean, they are not shiny because I've been wearing acrylics. So still pretty strong. I do have a little break, a little crack in this nail right here. So I was trying to grow them out underneath my acrylics, but I'm, you know, probably gonna be done with that. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the shine off just to make sure that I don't have any cuticle, anything kind of in there. And as I'm doing that, I'm also going to go in with my Cuticle Pusher and push back my cuticles, okay? So I'm going to do that for all the nails just to get them prepped. So again, pushing back the cuticles and then taking the shine off the nails with my file just very carefully, and not the 180 side, not the 100 side, but the 180 side, okay? So I'm going to do that right now. And I took the excess powder off the one hand. I forgot to take off the other one. Usually what I use is a old like makeup brush, but anyway. So now what I'm going to do is get out my dehydrator, and your nail dehydrator, says it's prep and clean dehydrate. All it does is make sure there's no leftover like grease or oils from your nails, or the little dust that you might have just picked up from filing. So that gets it ready. A lot of people ask, do you really need this? Some companies actually say not to use them. So if your product that you have says not to use the dehydrator, then don't use it. Others don't say to use it. Others, you know, I guess they don't care one way or the other. And then some say to do that. I think just good hygiene and everything is to use the dehydrator. But like I said, if yours says not to, then don't do that. So I'm gonna put that to the side. And then I'm gonna come in and with my Something Wonderful primer. I'm going to place this on my right hand, just right around the cuticle area. Again, being careful not to touch the cuticles. I'm sorry, I have to keep it kind of out of the way because this towel, I have a towel under my paper towel, and it's making it hard to keep things steady there. So just come in and make sure you're not getting that in your cuticles. That one had a lot of juice on it. So I'm going to go back again and do one more coat. I always like 2 coats. This might not even need 2 coats, but I have had no lifting with the Something Wonderful primer and the Omega system. So supposedly the Omega system is known for that, and it might be the system together, not so much just the primer, but I'm going to see about that. So I'm going to try the Omega something, or the Nail Light Wonderful primer with ASP. So I'm only putting it on the one hand because when I go to do my other hand, I'll put it on right before then also, okay? So let me get out my my acrylics. I just noticed I didn't bring them out, and one of them is completely closed up because it's brand new. So let me open that up and we'll get started. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. Maybe that's what I should have done a while ago. I didn't know this thing was zoomed in. Okay, so I backed up a little bit. Clear is right here, pink here. I have my monomer here, and I will start with my first thumbnail. So the reason I have clear and pink is because I'm going to dip in here. I'm going to pick up some clear, and the clear is going to help me just strengthen, my finger's in the way, strengthen this area. So I'm going to apply clear all behind my glitter. Just like if you just were making a nice nail, you want it nice and not thick but sturdy, right? So I'm going to get a little bit more clear. And make sure it's not just settling in the middle again. I'm tapping it up towards the tip of the nail and out towards the side walls. I know sometimes the side walls end up being kind of thin and they feel scratchy, but I'm just going to place that in there as well as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect on top. As you can see, I have some scattered up there. It doesn't matter because we're going to end up filing that down anyway. So just thicken your nail, though. That's all you're wanting to do, is make it nice and stronger. And while it's still wet, I'm going to go in and pick up some pink and slap that right in the middle of the nail bed, and overlapping that little area of the nail, of course, because that's the design where the where it dips down. I'm going to cover that up, and I'm going up into the nail a little bit because you want that to make one solid piece, okay? Does that make sense? I want this part of what I'm doing now to become one with the tip of the nail. Otherwise, you're going to have a tip and you're going to have a nail bed and it's going to come apart. Okay, so I'm pushing it up towards the sides, making sure it's becoming one with the nail tip up here. Okay, and now I'm just going to turn it over. You see that pink? It's pretty intense. Okay, so I'm going to place that on my thumb where I want it. Hopefully it's straight. And then I'm just going to hold it down for about 20 seconds. And you see it's already coming out the sides, some little extra. What I'm going to do is hold on to it for like the 20 seconds. And right now it's kind of overcast outside, so it's going to take a little longer for this to settle up. I've always noticed my ASP always takes longer out here in this weather to settle. So I'm not going to take my finger off of this. If I do, it's going to come apart a little bit and you can just squish it down again. But I'm going to hold it down with my pointer finger. So I'm holding it just with one hand. This is just my one hand and I'm kind of holding the nail. And I'm going to come in with my Cuticle Pusher. That's why I love these. I bought another one. I told my husband, they don't run out. He's like, then why are you buying another one? Okay, so anyway, he's very smart. I'm going to come in and take off that excess that's sticking out, that's pushing out the side there. You saw that? A little chunk there. And I know it's kind of hard to see. And around this side, I have some more coming out this edge. So I'm going to come in and take that off. And whatever might have squeezed up the back, which there's quite a bit there, if it was clear, I would just kind of rub it into the nail, but this isn't clear, so I'm gonna, sorry, I can't do it right in front of you guys, I'm gonna pinch it off. See, I just grabbed it with my nails. I'm sorry, that's a weird angle and I couldn't just do it right in front of y'all. But what I can do now is get a little monomer on my brush and flatten that out. Okay, that's how I'm going to apply all of the nails. So I probably don't even have to hold it anymore because that's been a long time. I'm just still holding it because, I don't know, just to make sure. But I applied too much pink on that one, and I know I did. But the thing is, it's better to apply too much and let it squeeze out than to apply too little and then have the nail bed bubble, okay? So there it is. Looks pretty darn good. Now I'm going to apply all of them the same way. When I come back, this hand probably will be dry, and then I will show you how to remove them and just file the sidewalls and go from there. Okay, well, so I just finished. I always say it doesn't take too long. That probably took maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes to fill them all in. And these I had to take off as I was doing it because I needed my fingers to be able to do the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Because when I'm holding the nail and doing all that, it just gets in the way. So these are pretty dry. I mean, they're ready to go. They've been waiting for like since I finished this hand and went on to the other hand, so they pop right off. So there they are. I think they're pretty cool. I don't know what I want to do. I was thinking about adding some on top, and I thought, I'll just leave them the way they are. We'll see. I might just file them and leave them just the way they are. I was thinking maybe some silver dots or something to go along the little smile line where I did it kind of curvy. That way it adds more attention to that. So maybe I'll do that. So if I do that, obviously I'll bring that out in a little bit. I just did this hand, so they're still pretty wet. I guess the thumb, yeah, my thumbnail's ready to go. And probably this one, but I don't want to take off the other two because I like to leave them on for like 8 minutes, or the longest I can leave them on without them just popping off on their own. Okay, so those are all done, and these are reusable, your forms, so just put them back in your case. Somebody said, how do you clean them? They're pretty much, I mean, they're super clean, but I guess you can go in with maybe some acetone real quick and wipe it down, or alcohol or something. But that's it. So super shiny. I don't even know if I need a top coat. Again, I didn't put any top coat in the last one. It lasted like 8 days, and I took them off after 8 days, so I don't know if they were going to need the top coat after all or anything, but I doubt it. So I'm just going to come in with my file and file out those edges, get a nice straight tip, and file off whatever might be on the other side here. Sometimes I notice there might be a little bit of a ridge, like in the back here where the form was. You might have a little bit of a ridge in there, or just even on the side of the nail. On the side of the nail, it's easy. Just come in and kind of come at an angle starting at the top and go down, if that makes sense. That way you can soften that ridge, get rid of it. On the back side, and also on the other side of the nail, just kind of come in from the top down. And on the back side, what I would do is get a file buffer, the little white blocks, and go in there and just buffer that. This one doesn't have it. That one doesn't have it either. I just noticed that when I was first doing them, so I think now that I had the hang of it, it's not that bad. But if there was, all you gotta do is just go in there and just really just lightly file just that area. And if you for some reason scuff your nail, well then just put a top coat on. It's no big deal. But so I'm gonna continue filing these. And if I come back in another moment or so, it's because I added some some dots with some acrylic paint.
I hadn't done the best job, like I said, there was a little ridge in the back on a couple of these, so I went ahead and filed it down, but since I filed it, I needed to put top coat, so I thought might as well. So I'm going to use my capping by Organic Nails, and I'm using this Extreme Glitter and Rose that I picked up at Walmart by Folk Art, and it's really shiny when it's done. So right now it looks really milky. I'm just going to take it out of the lid, but if you can see that, it's kind of milky colored, but it'll be real shiny when we're done. And I'm taking my dotting tool, and I'm just going to dip in there, and I'm just going to follow the whole smile line, okay, because there is pink in my mix, so I just want to make sure, you know, that it coordinates. I like the little pink glitter, and I'm just going to go all through, so that takes time to kind of go in here and follow the little smile line that I created. And I think I'm just going to do it on the inner curve. Why not? Just a little something different, but not the whole thing. Okay? So I'm going to do that on all of them. Well, I'll do the whole thing. I'm always changing my mind, girls. So it's fun. You can do whatever you want, of course. So I'm going to follow that around and do that to all the nails, and then go in with my top coat once it's completely dry, and I'll have the pictures for you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.